People of Earth, we come in peace.
Welcome to this neighborhood, neighbor.
I am the Martian ambassador.
Des Moines and all of Central Iowa, welcome to Mac's World Live. Mac's World is your world. Every day we talk about the issues and topics that matter most to you. And as always, it's your voice we want to hear in Mac's World. So join the conversation by calling 515-244-0077. And now, here's the host of Mac's World Live, J. Michael McCoy.
All right, good afternoon. 7 minutes after the hour on this 15th day of January in the Lord's year 2016. I'm J. Michael McCoy. Let me tell you, those two people that were just in this studio were the real deal. I know a fraud. I don't tell you when I see a fraud because that's insulting and offensive. But I am going to tell you when I meet two people that are real deals, and those two people are the real deal. The more and more I hear from Markio, the more and more I'm impressed. I'm telling you, go to YouTube and Google Marco Rubio's testimony to Iowa farmers. That's Iowa pastors.
Iowa pastors, yeah.
And listen to it.
Yeah.
It is unscripted, unprepared. It was just incredible. All right. Let's get down to some serious business, shall we? I'm not kidding. We can elect a president, I don't know, every 4 years or so. But how often do we get the chance to save the life of Kate's dad? How often do we get to save the life of Stephanie's husband? How often do we get to save the life of my brother, I love him to death, Chris Roloff? Well, I've got two guys in here that are having the Inspire 2016 Health Initiative?
Health and Fitness Conference.
Okay, I got to write that down because I'll never get that right. Health and Fitness Conference. Mm-hmm. And it's tomorrow, conference. It's tomorrow at First Federated. The health fair, 9 to 3 is free, and then it's $25 if you want to hear all the speakers, and I think that'd be worth your time. Plus, it's going to be colder than you-know-what tomorrow. So let's go someplace where it's not only warm with the Lord, but how about warm inside? Now, you can go to a lot of health and fitness and all that kind of stuff, but you won't. I don't think there's another biblically driven that I know of.
We're providing a biblical foundation, rationale for fitness. This isn't come get your beach body on by March or that kind of thing. This is about looking at a biblical worldview of how God sees our bodies and how to steward them best so that we can be the most available as possible to build His kingdom.
All right, and my two guests today are Joe Tewell and David Bush, and they co-authored the book Fit for the King, Your Health and God's Purpose for Your Life. David Bush and Joe Tewell, spelled, well, Tewell. I had an A in there, I'm sorry. And I know for those of you that aren't listening on, for those of you listening on the radio, you don't have a visual. If you're watching this on webcast1live.com, you look like Arnold Schwarzenegger when he was like 25. Look at the guns on that guy.
Yep.
Do me a favor, go hit Frank. I just want to see how far you can. I want to see him fly. Like he's got one of those harnesses on in the movies, and you fake hit him and they pull him back. You could do that, couldn't you?
Well, I could, but I won't.
You're obviously a very healthy individual.
Yeah, Dave and I both, we practice what we preach, so to speak. As in the book, it gives my story that I've pretty much dedicated my life to fitness and wellness and to myself for the most part until I basically laid that down and for something much greater, which is serving Jesus Christ. And He changed my life. And fitness is a means for me to help others that are hurting, people who need healing, people who need inspiration, and it's a great medium. It's really a great way to help people become empowered.
Yeah, you don't meet many skinny, depressed people.
No,
right?
No, that's true.
But seriously, when you have a good attitude towards the Lord and a good attitude towards the life, it's a lot easier to have a good attitude towards your health.
Absolutely.
Yeah, clean on the inside out.
Absolutely.
But the question is, which one comes first? I know the testimony of many people is that their life became so unbalanced in their relationship with food and a sedentary lifestyle that actually initiated a spiral that became depressive.
Yeah.
So it's kind of a chicken or the egg thing. Do you become depressed and then you get heavy, or do you begin to get heavy and that ends up changing some of the way your body operates and you find yourself increasingly becoming depressed?
David Bush is here along with Joe Tewell. They wrote the book Fit for the King, Your Health for God's Purpose and Your Life, available on Amazon.
Absolutely.
All right. And tomorrow is and you've been listening to it. Chris has read it on the community calendar for a good 3 weeks now. You've had commercials on the air, right? Van's been talking about it on News Radio 1040 WHO, and he's going to be talking how he lost 91 pounds and didn't open one funny diet book.
Nope.
Or buy any packaged stuff you shake up and drink or anything like that. And he's going to be talking about that tomorrow. That is from 8:30 to 5. I think Van is the keynote speaker. I think he's the last speaker.
He's one of our 3 general session speakers. He's the last one from 4 to 5.
Okay. And there's a free health fair that you can go to from 9 to 3. And then you can also invest a little money and go in to listen to how-to rather than see how, now about how-to. And they're going to do that tomorrow. Now, I also understand you're going to offer a challenge, kind of a keep accountable program thing, yeah?
Yeah, the month of February, we're doing a first ever, which is a faith-based online fitness challenge. These have become popular with certain multi-level marketing groups, maybe large corporations who are trying to improve their insurance situation, somebody from The Biggest Loser who's trying to extend their 15 minutes of fame. They've held these things, but nobody has yet come to one with a biblically based program, and we've basically taken our book, Fit for the King, and broken it down into 28 days of devotionals, 28 days of practical coaching. We've brought together 28 different testimonies from people who are undergoing some kind of physical challenge and transformation. And then it's also a lot of accountability. You put in your water intake, your sleep, your exercise, your food intake. And it's about community and accountability. We put a question on the wall each day, a community wall, and people respond to that question and hopefully encourage and challenge each other in that community area. And it's fun because people it's a contest. You say whether you want to maintain your weight or whether you want to lose 4% of your weight over a month. And if you meet those goals and accumulate enough points, you get a portion, you share in the pool of money that's set aside. About a fourth of the money is set aside to return to people who achieve their goals. And it also helps charity because 25% of the money ends up going to charity.
Different charities?
The main charity is the U.S. Mission Network, which is trying to raise the sea in the YMCA. They are the legacy of the YMCA as a Christian organization.
Yeah.
They are a national group that's trying to do that. And we recently spoke at their first national convention.
I was just having a conversation with the chaplain of all the YMCAs here in town.
Dave Harper.
Yeah, we were talking on, we're on a 33 series together on Tuesday, and we were talking about how the C in YMCA needs to be raised up. That's what a wonderful coincidence that you brought. That's no coincidence. God just revealed himself right there in front of you.
Okay, I've had a running feud with some of the guys that shall remain nameless in the studio. A few other pastors that come in. I come from a denomination that has a health and diet message. And we argue it on diet principles that the healthier we are as Christians, the more vibrant that we are potentially for the Lord. If we're sick, if we're constantly got some ailment, our vitality, our energy for Christ isn't as good. So we teach a health message that to put all the principles of diet and what we put into our bodies, either through tobacco, alcohol, things that to make our bodies fit for the Lord. Is that how you see it?
Joe, I could talk for hours, as could you. Do you want to respond to that in regard to the window of time we see most people becoming productive?
Well,
and leveraging their ability to serve the Lord?
Just the definition of what Fit for the King is, the purpose of this book, that definition is talking about, being physically available to love God. and to allow Him to love others through us. So a message that, in the book, we're not really honing in on a specific diet or a specific exercise regimen, because in 25 years of health coaching and wellness coaching, what I've found is that people are, they're complex, but yet they're simple. And most importantly, they're very confused. And when you're talking about people's physical look, that's a very sensitive thing. And so one of the things that we really focus on is creating purpose in food and creating purpose in movement. And, we find that the thing that's really kind of the center point of being available to serve God physically is the years of between 50 and 70. David and I believe that those are the years that we should be the most available to do God's kingdom work. And that's because of we should have money, we should have time, we have experience, we have a deeper relationship with Christ. But a lot of times that doesn't come into fruition because maybe God has something special for us, but because we're physically unavailable, we can't fulfill that kingdom duty.
Well, when I grew up, I had this ingrained in my head that
You're not grown up yet, Frank. Years ago when you started growing up.
This was ingrained in my noggin that we are to eat to live as opposed to live to eat.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely agree with that. Absolutely agree with that.
That is a challenge today. As you go home, even if you lived 5 miles from here, you're going to have 25 opportunities to live to eat, okay? And they will be inexpensive, they'll be readily available, they'll be tasty and delicious, and they'll be completely nutritiously vacant. And they won't help you at all. So we live in a challenging culture that is working the other side of the street like crazy. And in the Bible, they didn't have a donut shop and a this and a that on every corner. They had some other issues that when they dealt with physical issues and how to honor God with your body, they were more often than not talking about
Credit cards are like grandkids. They love you, sometimes get out of control, and it's fun to get a new one. Who can stop them from piling on?
Hi, I'm Tom Coates with Consumer Credit of Des Moines. At the end of the day, you can return the grandkids, but you're stuck paying off bad credit card debt. We'll help you put the fun back into using credit cards responsibly. Right, kids?
Yeah! If you need help getting credit cards off your back, call Consumer Credit of Des Moines.
Hi, my name is David Burrier, your Hope Coach. I host a live weekly talk show called I've Been There every Thursday afternoon at 5:30, right here on webcast1live.com, and on my weekly radio program Saturday mornings at 10 on Truth Network 99.3 FM. I interview common everyday people who have survived incredible life challenges and who testify to God's faithfulness in the midst of their storms. So join me as we bring a message of hope and encouragement. Everybody needs hope. I know, because I've been there.
Rockton Prevention is celebrating 25 years of creating a caring community. We want to say thank you to the tens of thousands of Rock High School mentors that have carried our message of health, love, and encouragement to over 1.5 million children, teachers, and parents. Our mentors teach children methods and skills to prevent bullying and drug use. Thank you to all the school administrators, teachers, and counselors for their opportunity to serve you. Rock on, fair citizens, rock on! This is Pat McManus for Rockton Prevention, the Richard O. Jacobson Foundation, and this station.
From the RE/MAX Real Estate Concept Studios, this is Webcast 1 Live.
21 minutes after 4 o'clock, 15th day of January in the Lord's year 2016. I'm J. Michael McCoy. Don't forget, you can meet Marco Rubio tomorrow morning at 8 o'clock at the Stony Creek Inn. And then after that, you can go to First Federated at the corner of Hickman and
48th and Franklin.
48th and Franklin, thank you. Well, it's on Hickman.
Hickman between Hickman and Franklin.
Yeah. But it's 48th and Franklin, yeah. And their health fair starts from 9 to 3. And there are also speakers beginning at 8:30 until 5 o'clock in the afternoon. The health fair is free. There is an entrance fee of $25 for the speakers. I think it'd be worth your time. I mean, seriously. You can blow $25 on think about the food that you could blow $25 on. Like 2 buffets at, I don't know. What's that buffet you like, Chris?
And Pizza Ranch.
The Pizza Ranch. The Pizza Ranch. Yeah.
I said I'm supposed to say what the Pizza Ranch. Yay!
How about the other one, the Chinese buffet?
Yeah, because when you and I go to the Pizza Ranch, that's about it. $25 for the two of us. So we could bypass one. Not that I'm telling people not to go to Pizza Ranch because I love Pizza Ranch.
We go to Pizza Ranch at least once a month.
Yeah, we go to.
But you can eat healthy at Pizza Ranch though. I don't want to give Pizza Ranch a bad rap. Problem is, I just overeat. I don't have to have 12 plates of that sriracha chicken pizza thing that they make.
Man, that's good.
Yeah.
I have to eat chicken by taking the skin off, and how do I eat pizza?
You just eat the toppings.
Yeah, I don't eat the crust.
That cracks me up, David. Have you ever seen anybody do this? He goes.
Van Harden tried it.
Did he try
the cheese crust pizza?
That's
he
right.
did it without. He didn't have any crust.
Was it cauliflower or cheese?
It was cheese. A cheese crust.
Yeah, cheese crust. He did good with that.
Yeah.
All right, so let's. My guests are Joe Tewell and David Bush. They have co-authored a book called Fit4TheKing: Your Healthy and God's Purpose for Your Life. Your Health and God's Purpose for Your Life. They've got that incredible health and fitness conference tomorrow, First Federated, 8:30 to 5. All right, let's just say for a moment. Oh, I don't know. Let's think. Frank, what's that called when you think about something but it may not be true? It's
urban legend?
No.
Hypothetical.
Hypothetical. Let's just say that I know a guy who's about
6'1", 205
Let's
pounds.
just say he's 6'3".
6'3". Really, he grew, and weighs
north of
400.
North of 200 pounds.
Yeah, like the Golden Arc Circle in Greenland is north of Texas.
Yes, it is. It is north of Texas.
All right, and so he wants to get involved in the fitness challenge.
Yes,
great.
How would he or she do that?
He would go to the easiest way. There are many ways. The easiest is to go to our website, Fit4, the numeral 4, not F-O-U-R, Fit, the numeral 4, theking.net. Fit4, the numeral, theking.net. And on there, just click enter site, or the first thing that comes up when you hit that would be the promo for this. But you can find out more information by entering the site and going to Transformation Challenge. And on that, you can read about it, and there's a link there to click on and go to the place to sign up.
Bob, would you please go to Fit4TheKing.net? Are you there? Okay. And then go to the place where, swing the mic over there. Go to where you register. All right. And let's just put in a hypothetical person for the fitness challenge.
Wow.
You let me know when you're there.
I'm clicking on click here to join.
Yes.
All right, so you click on there to go. And you folks at home want to do this with me, fine. Go to your computer. It's that thing your grandson set up for you. I say that because that's what my grandson does for me. Fit, the number 4, theking.net, and then click to sign up here, free of charge. And then when you get there, what do you have? Name, address, weight loss? What do you have?
Well, you can join the challenge. It starts February 1st to February 28th.
Yeah.
I'm looking here. It says lose 4% in 4 weeks or maintain within -3 to 1%.
We don't want to do the maintain.
You can choose to maintain your weight or lose up to 4% of your body weight.
And let's say someone weighed north of 200 pounds.
Yeah, so that'd be 4 pounds for every 100. So how far north are they?
Just a couple, maybe.
So they're like 400.
Sure, let's just say.
So 4 times 4 is 16. So that person would hypothetically want to lose 16 pounds. Is that possible in 28 days?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Could they lose more?
Yeah, that just means they need to, lose 4 pounds a week?
4 pounds a week?
Yeah,
and
for somebody who's 400 pounds, yes.
If somebody was really committed and really loved Jesus, not a cultural, but really loved Jesus, and they were going to do exactly what you told them to do, and they were going to be held accountable by, I don't know, let's say 40,000 listeners, how much weight could
or north of that.
Yeah, or north.
Or north of that.
How much weight could they really lose in 28 days? Could they lose 40 pounds?
Well, the emphasis on this, I want to be honest with you, the emphasis on this is not maximizing weight loss. That is a wonderful byproduct that will happen, and hopefully will set a course of a lifestyle that will allow that to continue to come off.
David, this isn't about you. This is about me.
Okay.
So let's say hypothetically, and 4% is great. Get the right attitude. Do everything you talk about in Saturday's health and fitness conference is good for 99.9% of the people, or maybe 999.9. But let's say we've got this one special guy. Hypothetically speaking. I don't know. Let's call him Chris.
Okay. What could he healthily lose
in 28 days?
In 28 days.
With a lot of support.
Well, that's it's really up to Chris. It's really up to Chris. But you know what? I've seen people typically when they're in initially 10 pounds, 12 pounds in a week.
In a week?
If they're 400-pound people.
So we're like 50 pounds. 50 pounds would not be over-promising and under-delivering. Maybe a little too much?
Probably a little too much.
All right, so scale it
this
down.
This is the biggest
typically
loser.
Slows down, yeah. I mean, if he's going to work out 6 and 8 hours a day and eat
he's
celery.
going to work out all right.
But
he's going to work out all right. See, I happen to know this hypothetical person by the name of, I don't know, let's say Chris, works on the 6th floor of an office building.
Well, there's some good stairs, 6 floors of stairs.
They are wonderful stairs. I've walked them myself. It's
down. You've walked down them.
Hey, have you ever walked down them?
I've walked up them.
Right.
Wow.
Was the elevator out?
No, I chose to. It was hard.
How many times?
Twice.
It was hard. It was 6 stories were hard. Okay.
When you weigh north of 200 pounds, it's a little difficult.
All right, so
there's a gravitational pull there that.
Yeah.
Yes, gravity. It gets harder as you go further away.
I believe if you look at my 6-page business card, one of my Macisms is under promise, over deliver. All right. So if Chris was going to under promise and then over deliver, could we say 32 pounds? Is that fair in 4 weeks? 28 days?
8 pounds a day?
A week.
A week? Well, it is possible, but I mean, I come from more of a science background, so that kind of terminology.
Is that a little too much?
I don't. The body will naturally change as it feels compelled to do.
Because see, what I'm thinking about doing is for this hypothetical person, I don't know, let's call him Chris. I'm thinking about getting a scale and putting it over here in the hypothetical studio. So when the hypothetical person named Chris comes into work every day, he'd have to step on that scale.
Well, that's tough love and that's accountability. I mean,
aha! Did you hear what he just said? Accountability and David, you're one of my favorite people.
That's wonderful to know.
And I love your music. But now you're really topping out. See, because I had a conversation with this hypothetical person named, let's say, Chris.
Okay.
And he wasn't going to let me in on the accountability part.
Oh.
Because he felt I'd be, what'd you call it? Judgmental. And
snarky.
Tough love.
Well, look, you be the bad cop, and Joe and I'll be the good cops.
There you go. I've got my role.
I knew you'd be the bad
Frank
cop.
And I
we'll
be
smother him with affirmation and
yeah,
that's right.
And,
Bob's affirmation, and I'm good cop or I'm bad cop.
Yeah.
And Frank, what are you? A nuisance.
I'm a nuisance.
So,
So here's the bottom line of this whole thing. So
we haven't got close to the bottom line.
David and Joe and I have gotten to know each other for over several months now.
Well, it was a year ago.
Was it a year ago?
Yeah, that's where we first met.
Has he taken you to a buffet for lunch?
David, I'm good at procrastinating. That's what that proves right there. But one of the things that I think has really impressed me about David and Joe and their approach is this notion that, look, I'm overweight and I know that, but as a Christian, I think one of the things that started to wake me up is this reality that I've got a lot of life to live. I've got a lot of kingdom business to do, and there are a lot of people that like Dave Ramsey. There are a lot of people who like talking about financial stewardship. And one of the things that I really have been, I think the thing that convicted me the most was this idea of stewardship of my body, of my life, of my health. And when I'm out of shape, it doesn't matter how much I weigh. I really appreciate that, Joe, kind of what you said. And my wife has told me that too. I said, I know I'm overweight. And she goes, I just want you to be healthy. Because she can tell the difference between if I weigh a lot or if I've got a lot of energy. And I think the reality is no matter what we weigh, we need more energy in our life, right? I may not be ever as skinny as Frank. In fact, I probably wouldn't be healthy if I was as skinny as Frank.
Yeah, Frank's almost, what do they call that? Bulimic.
Right, but I can have more energy and I can live a more healthy lifestyle. And so that's what I'm interested in with the fitness challenge. And I'll be honest, guys, help me out here. I am a little bit nervous. I admitted to this to you earlier, David. I have not joined the fitness challenge yet. I'm chickening out. It's been over a year.
Well, so it hasn't been offered till now.
That's true.
But we've got a 2-week window now to close that deal.
Yeah, we got time. Maybe we can close that deal today.
Let's close it today. I think it's time to close it today.
I think it is.
I think it's time for you to imagine that you're looking at your little girl's face when you say to her, Daddy won the challenge, I won some money, and with it, I'm going to buy you a new puzzle.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a moment there.
Yeah.
That is a moment.
I think there's greater rewards ahead for you.
Because here's the other moment. The other moment is the camera pans down from the roof on a big black casket, an oversized, well, let's just say it's a grand piano, emptied out. And there's this beautiful new widow and her darling teenage daughter who is standing there weeping at their father's funeral because he burst. He just got too big. Kept eating those pizza buffets, didn't climb the stairs, argued with his brother named, Mac, and just wouldn't held accountable to the fitness thing.
But then Frank steps forward and brings some perspective by saying, God has a time for all of us, and we can't change a moment of it. He knew he was going to go now, and
he did.
He wouldn't come back if he could. He's up singing with the angels now.
That's true.
And just make us all feel better about his untimely passing.
Let me ask you guys, if someone was to join this, would it help them with their cholesterol issues, their type 2 diabetes, and high blood pressure type thing?
Absolutely. Anytime that you eat with purpose, you eat with nutritional densities, you move, you drink water, and you pray, your cholesterol is impacted. There's no question.
Frank.
This is going to begin training you to think differently and create disciplines in your life and get input and encouragement from other people and Scripture and other experts we brought in to speak to this.
Scripture. So you're following Jesus.
This is a physiological discipleship program with a lot of bells and whistles.
Yeah. Now we're gonna take our next break, and we're gonna come back, and when we come back, we're gonna talk more about this fitness challenge, and we're going to encourage all people out there to come to your health and fitness conference tomorrow to learn more about it. But before we go, I have to ask Frank. Frank, that was a wonderful question. Does losing weight and improving my health lower my cholesterol and lower my blood pressure? Please tell me that was a rhetorical question.
Yes, that was rhetorical.
I'm so proud of you. Because for a minute I thought, oh my gosh.
He hasn't made that connection.
We're in trouble, yes. You can get a hold of us on the Truth Text line. The Service Legends, Happy Birthday Brian Leach Truth Text line at 809-0993 or call us at 515-244-0077 live here on The Truth.
From the RE/MAX Real Estate Concept Studios, this is Webcast One Live.
I'm Brian Leach, owner of Service Legends, and my position is Chief Talent Officer. I'm Nicholas Wonderscheid.
I am Bernie Hobbs,
And I'm the service manager.
Marketing Director and Client Relations Manager.
Everything that we do is about ensuring that we exceed your expectations.
Our clients are important to us. 100% satisfaction.
We're not just focused on heating and cooling. That's the easiest part of our job, actually, is fixing furnaces and air conditioners.
Everyone that we come in touch with, we want to improve lives.
Bottom line is, we've got our installation guarantees, 25% energy savings guarantee, comfort guarantee, temperature selection guarantee, property protection guarantee.
100% satisfaction guaranteed. Fixed rate or it's free.
All of those guarantees are backed up with a 100% money-back guarantee to hold ourselves accountable to making sure that you get what you're after.
Just fixing the problem today. If they have another problem 5 days down the road, it's still fixed rate or it's free.
We use what's called straightforward pricing. Our technicians are going to give you an exact to-the-penny price on what it's going to take before they move forward with any repair. That way you know what to expect.
It's the same price every day.
No surprises.
If you get off work at 5 o'clock in the afternoon, you come home, you realize that, oh, my furnace is broken. Now you need to call somebody out that night. You shouldn't have to pay more for that.
We're guaranteeing service 24/7.
We run afternoons, evenings, nights, weekends. We're staffed to work that.
Phone rings at 3 in the morning. You'll get one of our representatives answering the phone every time.
We're not sending you out to Timbuktu in some call center. It's our Service Legend team members, our mission control team.
I'll take a call anytime.
And then they answer the phones the same way during the day as they do at night.
It's a great day at your service company. How can we make you smile?
That's the only way to provide true 24-hour service.
When you're able to let somebody actually live in their home safely when they weren't able to do that before, where they don't have to stay up at night and worry about, is the heat going to come back on? Are we going to freeze the pipes? Is the baby in the room next door going to be sick because they got too cold? When you're able to help somebody overcome challenges like that, that's impacting a life. That makes a difference. I get goosebumps thinking about it.
I love the team. I love the people that I work with.
We have fun, but we work hard.
I call them my ambassadors of legendary service. If you could just envision what that is, that's who we're sending to your home.
They literally will call in, pick up the phone and call and say, hey, I want to talk to your manager. And I get on the phone, they're like, that technician that was at my house was the greatest technician ever. That's cool to me.
We want to brighten people's days.
Every person that we have going into the house has gone through an extensive background check.
Drug testing, we have a very thorough interview process that 1 out of 140 people make it through.
If we promise you something, that's what you're going to get, no matter what.
We're here when you need us to protect the safety and comfort of your family.
If you're not happy, we're going to make it right.
If we're willing to put 100% money-back guarantee on what we do, what type of work do you think we do?
Give us a call. We're there for you 24/7, 365 days a year.
Enough said.
And I work for this guy who's... Did they hear what I just said about the guy that I work for? No? Okay, good. 4:38, 22 minutes before the top of the hour. Top of the hour. Hank, the Bible Answer Man, 1-888. Ask Hank. So I'm driving to Perry last night to talk to the Perry Amateur Radio Club.
Yes.
And I listened to the entire Hank, the Bible Answer Man. And at about 20 minutes after the hour, a question came up about a certain cult and eating pork. And so I dialed that number to try to get in to talk to Hank. That guy's so busy.
Yeah.
It was busy the whole time. Finally, somebody answered it like 6 minutes after they got off the air and said, no, I'm sorry, Hank's gone. Then why are you answering the phone? Anyway, 1-888, ask Hank. Now's the time to call. Now, on our Service Legends text, truth text line.
Yeah, place you can send texts to
809-0993. Somebody thought I was being mean. Is that what Kathy said? That I was being mean?
Yes. You're being way too mean.
Way too mean?
Way too mean to Chris.
Kathy, I'm sorry. Is it K or a C? K. Kathy, I'm sorry. I don't want to be mean. Let me try to amend that. Okay? David Bush and Joe Tewell are here as our guests. They have Inspire 2016 Health and Fitness Conference tomorrow. First Federated Church, 48th and Franklin. And the health fair is 9 to 3. That's free. And then you can also get inside and hear some speakers. And there's a $25 entrance fee. So that's 2 all-you-can-eat buffet fees. Step those by for a moment and just think about doing this. And then there's a health challenge that you can sign up for free of charge and do it online. And for the 28 days, they encourage you to lose 4% of your body weight. So if you're north of 200, like Greenland is north of Texas, then you could lose like 4 pounds for every 100 that you weigh. And so rather than picking on Chris, like Kathy said, and being mean, I'm going to be loving. Hey, that music that we played for the community calendar, not today, but yesterday, Ryan, could you play that music for me? Could you get that on for me while I'm talking about this? I'd appreciate that. Okay, Chris, baby. We got this darling little baby at home named Katie. And you're the only daddy she's got.
It's true.
And right now, the example you're giving her is big as bad. But you want to send a message to that little girl that daddy's love. Hear me, brother? It's love.
Barry White came.
The cool stylings of J. Michael McCoy.
And so I want to encourage you to sign up for this. And I'll be right there beside you the whole way. I will make sure that you walk the stairs, up and down, every time you come in and out of the building, through love and encouragement. I will not take you to any all-you-can-eat buffets. I will remove the candy jar from the front of my desk, which I don't put anything in there that I like because I know what I'll do because I'm a sinner. I'll put my hand in there and eat it. So I only put stuff that Chris will like. And the jars, it's empty every 60 days or so. So, brother.
And he'll be right there behind him on the stairs in case he trips and falls backwards.
No, I won't. But I will have a megaphone. If he's coming up, I'll be at the top of the stairs. And if he's going down, I'll be at the bottom. You can do it, Chris. Music's over? Okay, that's the end of the encouragement.
Yeah, that's enough.
Now,
so Kathy hopefully now knows she's seen both sides of me.
Now, do you do like the Saturday night bit, Hans and Franz, and get out there and pump your guns up and tell them what a girly man?
No, our approach is not to try to promote a certain kind of body or a facade.
It's health.
It's health and availability. And frankly, we live in a culture, as we speak about in our book, Fit for the King, that is kind of in extremes. One end, which is the majority, is very sedentary and is experiencing a lot of health problems from what they're eating and their sedentary lifestyle. But we have another portion of our society that is obsessed with fitness and obsessed with themselves, obsessing over food and their workouts, and that's worship as I see it, and that's equally unacceptable.
To the point of being an idol.
Oh, absolutely. Yes, we have many people that are following fitness and so forth as an idol in their lives. So whether food and pleasure and taking your ease is an idol, or whether I got to work out 7 days a week, and I got to eat everything out of a blender, and I got to be on nothing but supplements, and that there's both extremes are very readily apparent in our society.
I'll put two questions in one. What do you think about juicing? I've heard there's supposed to be good benefits from it, and I've also heard this idea of trying to balance out your diet: 40% carbohydrates, 30% fat, 30% protein, and then supposedly all that works with each other to help you to maintain a body weight.
Listen, one of the things, Frank, I can tell you from years and years of coaching people is there are so many diets and different theories of what's good and what's not that people are so confused that they don't even know what to believe anymore. And so ultimately, if people sitting here listening right now, they would be greatly impacted if they could just maybe cut out snacks, that they're sugary snacks, and maybe walk 15 minutes a day.
Right.
We need to have little victories and little things, subtle changes in our life. This is very important. Your health never stays the same. It is either moving forward or it is falling behind. And we talk about that in the book. Either you're making deposits or you're making withdrawals. It never stays the same. And so what we want is for people to eat with purpose, to move, to sleep, the things that God put us on earth to do.
So you're challenging people to smaller steps and not overwhelm themselves and get depressed and fall back into their old habits.
Well, that's a great place to start. Stop drinking the sugary pop every day. You'll automatically be heading
$2.59.
You'll automatically be heading the right
buffet.
direction. Drink an extra 16 ounces of water instead. You'll be heading the right direction. Instead of eating 3 things out of the bread basket at the restaurant before you even get your meal, just set that aside and say, I'm not going to eat the bread, and I'm going to ask them for a to-go box when they bring my thing, and I'm going to take a third of it or half of it in a lot of these restaurants, put it in the to-go thing, and that'll be my lunch tomorrow, and I'll eat what's on the God isn't waiting for you to lose 200 pounds until he finally starts applauding and say, yeah, good job, you finally made it. He is celebrating every victory and every decision of obedience that we make. And that may be one pop at a time. That way, maybe one floor of stairs at a time. Whatever it is that we can do to start making changes that will head toward better health.
And how would you address the fatalism of certain people, their attitudes towards diets? I've heard these stories over and over and over because I come from a family that has some issues with Weight Watchers. Mm-hmm. And I went to just eat that one small piece of chocolate cake or that small sliver of pie. And I ate a little bit more and a little bit more. And pretty soon I'm tipping back the refrigerator because I blew it, so now I'm going to go all the way. How do you address that fatalistic attitude that people have?
Well, those are the people that are the dieters. Those are the people that are the streaky, they're the people that set up the resolutions every year that fail. And David and I were talking earlier about our speaker last Sunday, Scott Bowman. And he's lost, he got all the way up to over 400 pounds. And this is a godly man and a leader in a church. And, even talking about his weight loss journey, he became emotional. And I was telling David that those tears, people think those are of joy. When those aren't tears of joy. Those are tears of condemnation that he's lived in. And every time that you live in condemnation and with these diets and exercise programs that are prone to fail, it's harder and harder to have success. And ultimately, we want people to live in conviction because conviction means that the Holy Spirit can intercede and God can do his work and he's present.
All right, my guests today are David Bush and Joe Tewell. They wrote the book Fit4TheKing, Your Health and God's Purpose for Your Life. That's available on Amazon. They're putting together the Inspire 2016 Health. Well, they put together the Inspire 2016 Health and Fitness Conference. It's tomorrow at First Federated, 48th and Franklin. The health fair is free from 9 to 3. There are also speakers you can listen to, including Van Harden, the last speaker tomorrow afternoon, who's going to talk about how he lost 91 pounds. Text right now to the text line, Go Chris. Go Chris.
Credit cards are like grandkids. They love you, sometimes get out of control, and it's fun to get a new one. Who can stop them from piling on?
Hi, I'm Tom Coates with Consumer Credit of Des Moines. At the end of the day, you can return the grandkids, but you're stuck paying off bad credit card debt. We'll help you put the fun back into using credit cards responsibly. Right, kids?
Yeah! If you need help getting credit cards off your back, call Consumer Credit of Des Moines.
Hi, my name is David Burrier, your Hope Coach. I host a live weekly talk show called I've Been There every Thursday afternoon at 5:30, right here on Webcast1Live.com, and on my weekly radio program Saturday mornings at 10 on Truth Network 99.3 FM. I interview common everyday people who have survived incredible life challenges and who testify to God's faithfulness in the midst of their storms. So join me as we bring a message of hope and encouragement. Everybody needs hope. I know, because I've been there.
Rockton Prevention is celebrating 25 years of creating a caring community. We want to say thank you to the tens of thousands of Rock High School mentors that have carried our message of health, love, and encouragement to over 1.5 million children, teachers, and parents. Our mentors teach children methods and skills to prevent bullying and drug use. Thank you to all the school administrators, teachers, and counselors for the opportunity to serve you. Rock on, fair citizens. Rock on. This is Pat McManus for Rock and Prevention, the Richard O. Jacobson Foundation, and this station.
From the RE/MAX Real Estate Concept Studios, this is Webcast 1.
10 minutes for the top of the hour, Salem Radio Network News, and then Hank the Bible Answer Man. You can call in and get in line. It's a national, it's not a national, it's a worldwide show heard on thousands of radio stations and all over the internet. Ask Hank, 1-888-1888, Ask Hank. That's the number you call and you can get in there. All right, Inspire 2016, the Health and Fitness Conference begins tomorrow morning. It's long awaited. We're ready for you to join in. It's at First Federated, 48th and Franklin. Saturday tomorrow, 8:30 to 5. You can hear all kinds of speakers, including Van Harden. You can hear ideas on how you can become closer in your walk and your relationship with your Creator by following His will. And His will is for you to be healthy. Healthier than you are now. You say, how healthy? How much weight do I have to lose? What can I eat? What can I eat? You know, it's not about that. It's not about, it's not about knowing the Bible verses. Oh, well, you know, I know John 6:44, and I know Psalms 23:17, and I'm a Christian. No, that doesn't make you a Christian. It makes you a scholar. Understanding what God's will was for your life and your health, that is understanding God's will. It's like understanding all four corners of the Bible. I'm not a Bible scholar. I never will be. But I can tell you what the four corners are. God came to earth in human form as Jesus, took all kind of condemnation, suffered and died on the cross, rose again, and gave me the free gift of salvation. That's the four corners of the Bible. Here's the four corners of health. Be happy. Enjoy your life. Be around as long as you can be for the ones that love you. And these guys right here, Joe Tewell and David Bush, have an idea that they want to share with you. It's worked for them. It's worked for other people. Will you try it for you? Will you go to their website at Fit4, so Fit4TheKing.net. Fit4, theking.net. And take the online fitness challenge. There's no cost to it.
Yeah, there is a cost to the online challenge.
What's the cost?
$25.
$25.
Less than $1 a day, and if you achieve your goals, you get some of that money back.
Here, can I buy? I want to buy Chris's. I got my money.
You're taking away all.
Can I buy yours?
Look at that wad of Benjamins.
Can I buy? If I pay, will you do that?
I'll take your money.
No.
That wasn't the question.
I'm going to give my money to David Bush and Joe Tewell, who are then going to give you a free membership, and then you can sign up, and then you can allow me the gift, the precious gift of holding you accountable, which would truly be a special gift.
It would absolutely be fun. Yeah, sure.
You'll do it?
We'll run your credit card through it.
I'll do it
on the site.
I don't have a credit card.
Oh, okay.
I really don't, to be honest with you. I don't. Right. I don't. Here's, and I'm going to put 26 in because he's going to need a little extra effort.
Okay.
So I'll pay for the extra effort. So now, by me paying for that fee, do I get to know everything that he does on this fitness thing?
Yeah, right. You can share in that. You can share in some of. You'll just get to see some of his little changes and his nuances.
Well, I only want to see what Chris will let me see. But I'm telling you that this cowboy is not getting off the elevator while these brown eyeballs are looking at him. And he's not getting on the elevator. And we're not going to the buffet. And you're not drinking pop. Can he drink coffee? You got coffee, all right. Now, you know, how many ounces of water do I drink?
Yeah, the water's a big thing. You know, the challenge for me with coffee is that I don't drink enough water. But could I talk to him about that other thing?
Condemnation.
Yeah, I want to talk to him about that. You know, Joe, before we went to break, you were really touching on the thing that I think is at the center of my challenge. Really, you know, Mac is having a really good time encouraging me to do this, and I appreciate that. You know, and I've known about this challenge for a long time, longer than it's even been available to be done. Mm-hmm. I've known about this challenge, and I've known that I've wanted to do it. And thinking about the fact that you guys were coming on today, I was thinking, I got to sign up. I got to do this thing. And there was something that makes me nervous. It's not the $25. I got the $25.
You have $25?
Wait, no, I don't.
Oh, okay.
David, keep the money. Don't let him take it back. No, it's not about the money. It's this fear of failing again. Mm-hmm. You know, I'm young. I'm 38 years old, and I weigh north of 200 pounds. Okay, and that's scary for me because I feel that condemnation. I've known what I should be doing, but I know that I feel like I fail all the time, David. And Joe, you were speaking to that.
Does God see you as a failure?
I see myself that way.
I don't care about you. How does God see you? Does he see you as a failure?
I don't
That's
think so.
a yes or no answer.
I don't think so.
Right. He does not see you as a failure.
Yeah.
So condemnation you're feeling from the accuser and Frank.
But Joe, speak to that. You've dealt with a lot of people in that situation. You've been doing coaching for a long time.
Well, absolutely. And there's a statistic that I talk about in our workshops that 86 percentile of people who diet and exercise fail within the first 6 weeks.
86%.
86 percentile. Wow. So that's a huge percentage of people that have no success, and most quit within the first 10 days. So ultimately, here's what this comes down to. We're not asking or telling you what program or what we're going to do, but most importantly, we're asking, why are you doing this?
Yeah.
Why are you here? What got you here? And are you willing to lay this out and make some changes, some practical changes? God did not intend for us to live unhealthy. And what this really comes down to is a core belief that you have in your heart and what your why is. Because once we know your why, then we can tap into that, because your faith is going to give you the power. Your family is going to give you the drive. And then just some simple little science that'll truly change your body.
One of the things that we talk, our program, if you want to call it a program, our approach is to first address those hard issues, those soft issues, those spiritual issues, and saying that first we need to demolish the wrong thinking. We're not going to perpetuate this diet and give you a bunch of information about what you need to do if we haven't sorted through how you're thinking about yourself. And frankly, a lot of people, and you're kind of saying a flavor of this, I don't want to disappoint God again. I don't want to disappoint other people. Well, I can't affect how other people may or may not be disappointed, but we talk in the book about the fact that God is not disappointed in you, because to be disappointed, he'd have to be thinking he was going to get a better result than he got. And I believe in a sovereign God who isn't looking at you and going, oh my gosh, I thought that Chris would lose 15 pounds on this challenge and he only lost 5. What a revelation. I messed up. No. He chose Israel when he knew Israel was going to do all kinds. There was nothing about Israel that was becoming to him. He chose them anyway. He chose you. You're not going to disappoint him. Can we obey and please him? Yeah, we can, but we're not going to disappoint him. And working through some of those things can help take off some of the burden and the sense of shame that people feel when they're failing in this area.
Yeah.
All right, everybody pause and pray for Chris. If he chooses to do this, let's support him. If he chooses not to do it, let's support him anyway. He's got to feel that this is something that God wants him to do. I want you to go to the Inspire 2016 Health and Fitness Conference tomorrow, First Federated, 8:30 to 5, Health Fair 9 to 3. You can check them out at Fit4TheKing.net. Okay, thanks for coming in, guys.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. Until you and I see each other again, remember, unload that resentment. Unload that rock. Quit carrying it around. Forgive. Because remember, as you forgive, you shall be forgiven. I'll see you at church.